Hello! Ho, 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 green giant! Woo, I almost dropped my camera. I am running upstairs as we speak. Oh, I have to move my car. Oh, damn it. Alex is on his way home from work. We have his Christmas party we have to leave for in like, I want to show this stuff really quick. We have to leave in like 40 minutes. And I still have to trim my beard, take a shower, do my hair, and get ready. I just went, oh, there's glitter all over my pants. I just went and got these Joe's jeans, these blue pants. I'm gonna wear them with that blue sweater that I got. I would like to thank some people. First of all, I would like to thank Dina for this beautiful card that you sent me. Dina, oh my God, okay. And then Jennifer, oh my God, she sent me The Box of Delights by James Mansfield, which is like hands down one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, if not my all-time favorite next to Smoky Mountain Christmas with Dolly Parton. And I am so excited about this. I have never read it. I don't know anything about the book. I've just seen the BBC movie, which is also on YouTube. So here it is. Look at that. The Box of Delights by James Mansfield. Guys, I'm so excited. Okay, and then you guys look at this from Anita that she sent me. From David's Tea. It's 24 days of tea. When you open it, it has, I don't know if she put this in here or if it just has this in here, but it has gingerbread matcha, which I'm going to have later. And then you open it and look. It's like an advent calendar, but every day that you open it, let me show you. There's a little tea thing in here. I'll show you. So if you open the first, and so it's like a sample of a tea, like every day. This one's called Let It Snow. How cool is that? I love it so much. Look at that. Is that not fantastic? So you get to try all these different teas. And then I think on the back, on the back it has all of what the different teas are. Back here. I'm like so in love with this because I love advent calendars anyway. Not Zoe Suggs, but I love advent calendars, so Ellis. And so I'm super excited about this. And she sent me these little dog gift packages for gifts, which I think are so cute. Yeah, she sent me something else too. And this little card in there. So I'm so excited about that. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's the Christmas season. Right, Tucker? It's the Christmas season. Right, PB? Okay, so I have to go get ready and I will see you guys in a little while. Hello. Okay, well, I'm leaving Tanya's house. It is like 12:30. And I just realized I forgot to put my vlog up from yesterday. So I have to go home and upload it. Alex is home from his Christmas party. We had a great time. We went over to his boss's house first for a few select people. Alex has worked there for more than 10 years, so he got recognized tonight, and they gave him this amazing watch that they had designed, and it was really cool, the start date. And then we went to the bigger party that was at a restaurant in Carmel, Indiana. And then he went home, and then we were there. It was like the party started at like 4:30, and we left there at about 10:30, and then I went to Tanya's because she is lonely because her husband is out of town. And I sat there and just talked to her in front of the fireplace. We just talked about all kinds of stuff, her son, and caught up and just talked for like an hour and a half. And Alex just texted me and said he was going to bed, and I was like, oh, I have to come home and do my vlog. I totally forgot about it. So I'm going to go home and do my vlog, and then I'm going to come back out. I want to listen to this book. I'm listening to The Christmas Blizzard by Garrison Keillor right now. I finished 2 books, you guys, yesterday. I listened to Lake Wobegon Days and The Christmas Box by Richard Paul Evans, which I really, really, really ended up loving. My ears are so clogged right now. I loved the Christmas box. It was fantastic. And if you're looking for a short read that's very Christmassy, very spiritual, true meaning of Christmas and all that, I know it's kind of, like, I thought it would be so cheesy, but it really wasn't cheesy at all. It was really like a good message. So yeah, and I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We had fun. It was fun at their house. It's interesting, you know, like, I honestly, like, I haven't made any long-term commitment to being a vegetarian, and so I keep on thinking, like, I thought I had left my phone charger at Tanya's. I keep on thinking, like, will tonight be the night that I break it? Will tonight be the night that I break it whenever we go somewhere? But I have now been a vegetarian August, September, October, over 4 months, and it's not hard. Like, we went to their house, you know, and they had, like, all these really nice hors d'oeuvres and shrimp stuff, which I don't eat shrimp anyway, and chicken, and I just had, like, this cheese dip, and, I mean, I didn't eat super healthy or anything, but I had a couple of these gingerbread cookies that were iced, and, like, some, like, you know, peanuts and Chex Mix kind of stuff. And then it was kind of at the restaurant that we went to for the Christmas party was at, like, this upscale, very, like, tapas kind of Mexican restaurant. And they had, like, this whole bar that you could, like, make quesadillas or tacos, and it was really nice. And I just made, like, 2 little, like, burritos with, like, cheese and guac, and I don't know, I don't find it hard to stick to being veg. I don't find it like a challenge at all. People ask me all the time, like, is it really hard? And I'm like, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I really miss just, like, going through and getting a cheeseburger at, like, McDonald's, which is, like, such crap, you know, because, like, if I was gonna break my vegetarianism, you would think that, like, I would want to break it over, like, I don't know, like, there's probably no good reason to break it, right? But over, like, a steak or something like that. Like, I remember last time I was a vegetarian for, I think, 3 or 4 years, and I was, like, towards the end, it was, like, 6 months where I thought about chicken fingers all the time. Like, I don't ever think about that, you know? I don't ever sit and think about, like, oh my god, I want a chicken fingers, or I want a steak, or I want a cheeseburger. I, every once in a while, think it'd be kind of nice of it, you know, but, like, true story, the other day I went through McDonald's and I got a sausage, I got an egg and cheese biscuit and a large fry, and 2 egg and cheese biscuits and a large fry, and, like, I felt so shitty after eating the fast food, and, like, I hadn't done that in, like, a week and a half, and I was like, it's just totally not worth it to me, like, to feel like that, you know? And I need to get back to not drinking soda. I just said to Tanya as I was leaving, I'm really thirsty for a Diet Coke, and she had a whole case in her garage, so she gave me Diet Coke. But, like, I don't know, and I think that probably on a health level, I'm sure on some level it's helping me cholesterol-wise or something, I don't know. I mean, I don't eat fantastically, but I don't eat horribly either, you know? Lots of hummus and chips. I probably just eat too much of it is the problem. But I'm definitely eating more healthier things. Anyway, what a boring conversation. Christmas parties are always so interesting to me to go to, though, you know, and you see, like, I feel like I get the same question, like, 100 times over. People are so very confused by this YouTube thing. Like, they don't really understand it. They're always like, no, I don't understand. Like, this is the question people always ask off of it. How do you get your ads on the videos? I'm like, well, I don't do it. You just put monetize, and, like, they put them on there for you. Well, how do you pick what ads go on your videos? I'm like, I don't have anything to do with that. I always think it's like, out of all the questions, like, how do you pick what to make your videos about? Why do you talk about this? Why do you talk about that? Why do you have 4 channels? You know, blah, blah, blah. How do you find time? Blah, blah, blah. Out of all the questions people could ask, what I find interesting is that people always ask me about the ads. But I will tell you what was interesting tonight was that this girl was talking about makeup at her table. And so it was like 3 girls that I was talking to, and this girl that Alex works with is like a dead ringer for Laura Lee. And I go, do you know who Laura Lee is? And she goes, no. No, why? And I said, you look exactly like her. And I said, she's very pretty. And the makeup artist, if you guys don't know makeup drama, she's a makeup guru, beauty guru. And this girl goes, oh, you do just look just like Laura Lee. And she pulls up this picture on Instagram. And I go, oh, do you like the beauty stuff? And she was like, yeah. And I go, that's kind of what I do on my drama channel, is I like talk about like makeup stuff. And this girl came over and she goes, I got Jeffree Star's whole holiday collection. And this was like such an interesting conversation. And I was like, you did? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, but the androgyny palette and something else are very, very similar. And she goes, I ended up giving away, I can't remember what color she called it, but it was one of the reds. And she was like, it just was so similar to something else. And she was like, and honest to God, she's like, I really like Jeffree Star's makeup. She was like, but I felt like I was talking to people on my drama channel. And she was like, but if I had to pick between like Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jeffree Star, I would definitely pick Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this other girl was like, seriously? She was like, I like Jeffree Star's makeup much better. And I was like, okay, serious question. Is his makeup like legit, like really that good? And they both were like, yes. And I was like, okay. And they were like, well, who's your favorite beauty guru? And I was like, oh, that's such a hard question. I was like, I love Manny's stuff. I said, but like... Alex is just sitting there like, how do you know about all this kind of stuff? And they're like, well, what do you think about Fenty Beauty? And what do you think about... I was like, this is so funny that I'm like part of this conversation that I never would have been part of 2 years ago, you know? And this girl goes, does anybody ever ask you if you have natural highlighter on? Or if you have highlighter on because you have such natural like highlights on your cheekbones? I was like, you know what's so funny is I never thought that way for years and years and years. I think the fact that I have a beard kind of like highlights it a little bit more. I don't know. But... it was kind of fun talking to them and hearing hearing how like everyday people like really look at all this kind of stuff. And I was like, you don't think the price point for Jeffree Star's makeup is expensive? She was like, not at all. She's like, no. And then we were talking about Kylie Cosmetics brushes, and she like pulled out these brushes, and she was like, look how many brushes I have. And I was like, would you spend $360 on brushes? And she was like, never. And she was like, and I used to use e.l.f. brushes. She goes, but I really do like Morphe brushes. She goes, Morphe brushes really truly are my favorite. I go, really? And the other girl goes, yeah, they're really like pretty high end. I was like, oh, okay. So this is the real discussion of Alex's Christmas party last night, or Christmas party tonight. So it really did happen. It's really the conversation. Maybe I'll make my video about that tomorrow. I think that's what I'll make my video about tomorrow. Oh my God. So, anyway, I'm gonna finish this book tonight, The Christmas Blizzard. I have now read 62 books, which is, I think, 61 or 62. Last year I read 62 books. So I'm exactly where I was last year, which is 5 books a month. I'm so mad at myself that Alex was like, oh my God, I can't believe you read that many books in a year. I go, I'm not even close to my goal. My goal was 100. He goes, Peter, 62 books is a lot of books. I go, I know, but I could have read like 150 because I'm averaging like 10 to 15 books a month right now. And he's like, well, but you didn't. I go, no, you're right, I didn't. And, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's stupid. People are like, why do you really care? And I'm like, I don't really care. I guess I do, though. I mean, when you're a bookish person on BookTube and you, like, set your goal, I will tell you this. I am intent on achieving my goal for 2018. I'm, like, intent. So, I think part of the problem was, too, at the beginning of the year, like, I really, like, read a lot of really long books. And so it was like all of the books I read were like, 400 plus pages. And so, and I read a couple books at the beginning of the year that I had a really hard time getting through. So it was like really hard for me to, like I would get stuck in a book and I was just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, They call it a reading slump. I don't know if I necessarily believe in a reading slump. I seriously, you guys, I'm glad I finished it, just because it was one of my mom's favorite books, but I almost DNF'd, did not finish Lake Wobegon Days by Garrison Keillor. I did not love that book. It wasn't horrible, and I'm glad I read it because I want to read his other stuff. And I used to listen to his radio show on National Public Radio, and you can download them all for free on Audible. Every single one of his radio shows. They're only 15 minutes each, but it's like news from Lake Wobegon. And I love them. I remember listening to them, and they'd be like, "It's been a quiet evening in August. Myrtle Sanchez sits on her front porch as the congregation from the Presbyterian Church lets out, and she drinks her cup of hot coffee. Her husband Earl left her 5 years ago. To this day, she still waits for him to return home. It's a quiet Sunday in Lake Wobegon." I love that so much, right? So I wanted to like read the book so I knew the stories, but man, whoo! Some of it is a slow train to Christmas. I mean, I needed a story after that one, and then I listened to The Christmas Train, and it went real fast. Like, I listened to the whole thing in an hour, like 45 minutes, I think, it was done. It was, like, really short. Did I say The Christmas Train? I meant The Christmas Box. There are 3 books in the Christmas Box series, and I think I'm going to get all of them and listen. There's only 2 more, obviously, by Paul Richard Evans? I don't know what his name is, but anyway. He's kind of like a Christian writer, which I don't dislike, but like it doesn't make it any better for me or any worse, you know what I mean? But with all the Santa Claus stories and all that kind of stuff out there, which don't get me wrong, I love, I think it is kind of nice, you know, if you do celebrate Christmas, to kind of go back to what the true meaning of Christmas is every once in a while and be reminded of that, you know? I think that's important. And that story was definitely about that, so it was really about love, is what if you want to know the honest to God's truth. I love talking about love, so. Well, listen, I'm going to go home, and I am going to put some comfy clothes on, and then I'm going to come back out and listen to my book, and I will vlog a little bit more. And I'll be putting in my vlog right now, so I apologize for my vlog being late. I'll try to make this a little bit longer tonight. I talked earlier on here. How long did I talk? For like 2 to 3 minutes, so I guess I've now vlogged for like close to 20 minutes total or something like that. So I'll try to do a little bit longer so I can make this a longer vlog for you guys tomorrow. All right. Okay, I'll be back. What's so funny to me is when I go, "I love you guys," or "I'll be back," and I turn it off, and like literally for you it's like 1 second, but for me it's like 2 hours. Do you ever wonder where I'm at in that time? You should. Okay, bye. Hello. Oh my God, you guys, it is so cold. It is late. It is now like 2:40, and I want to listen to this book. I always wait till the last minute to get all my stuff done. Alex and I laid inside and just like talked forever. He said he was going to bed, but then I got home and he wasn't asleep. And then I went downstairs and I got on Audible and I bought like 3 books. I bought The Christmas Train. I feel like I'm echoing. I bought The Christmas Train by David Baldacci. It is 25 degrees and it feels like it's 10 degrees outside. I just took the dogs outside and it's so cold. I got The Christmas Train by David Baldacci. I got the new Adam Silvera book. And then I got, I think it's called They Both Die in the End. And I got the book that was like the #1 mystery of the year on Audible. Behind Her Eyes, I think it's called, or something like that. Tanya read it and said it was really good. So, I'm done with Audible. I have 2 more picks, because I'll get my credits on the 17th or 18th, and then I'm not buying any more books on Audible for the rest of the year. I'm done. But while I was there, I'm like in this really big, like, list-making mood, and I made a list of, like, well, I started it with movies and shows. So I made a list of all of the Christmas movies and shows that I want to see before Christmas. And I watched Frosty the Snowman while I was doing this on YouTube. The whole thing is on YouTube. And I came up with 22 movies and TV shows that I want to, cartoons, like, that I want to see. on there. So you guys should do that. You should make a list. Get into the holiday spirit if you celebrate Christmas. If you don't, then don't. But if you celebrate Christmas, get in the holiday spirit. We're gonna really enjoy Christmas this year and make the most of it. You know, it can be a lonely, sad holiday, or it can be a happy holiday, and we can make the most of it. And I was sitting there and I was like, I haven't even started buying Christmas presents for people yet. And do you guys ever go through your camera and just like start deleting pictures? Well, I make all my thumbnails on my phone. So I literally have like 16 pictures in a row of Gigi Gorgeous, or, 15 pictures of like my vlog, like, and then I pick the one I want. Well, I don't delete them. So I had like 1,400 pictures on there. And so I went through and I deleted them all. I deleted 800 and some pictures. I'm down to like, I had so many pictures of like Manny and Jeffrey and everybody on there. I am down to like 600 pictures, 600 and something, I think. But anyway, when I was going through there, I found these bracelets. I think it's ocean4.com or 4ocean.com, and they're these really cool bracelets, and they're $20. Or you can do the membership and get a new bracelet. I'm gonna do the membership for a year because I try to find like charities that I like to donate to every year. If you don't have the money, I totally understand in not being able to donate to some charities, but I always try to pick like 1 or 2 charities every year that I don't know anything about, that's brand new. And last year, starting with the hurricanes, I picked Houston ASPCA, and just kind of went forward with that because the ASPCA is an organization that I really believe in. But I try to pick very specific charities, and it's something that Alex and I started doing a couple years ago. I am not great at going out and doing charity, like, especially I think as like somebody that's like worked in the field. You would think I would like be this like really like charity driven person, but like I do, like, there are times that like we go do we feed the homeless once a year, but like Habitat for Humanity and things like that, I don't ever do it. And I should go out there and get my hands dirty and help the world, but I don't. And one of the ways I can do that is by funding some of those charitable organizations that I believe in. And you don't even have to spend a lot of money, and I'm going to prove this to you in just a second. So the one that I found was it's Saving Marine Life, and what they do is for every $20 they get for a bracelet, they remove one huge bag of trash from the ocean. And so it's about cleaning up the oceans, and that's something that I truly believe in, because you guys know I talk about it a lot on here. I love the oceans, I love the beach, and we're seeing all of that erosion going away because of the environment, and like not only the environment, but the environment's changing as a result of like us affecting it with trash and all of that kind of stuff. So that's something that I can believe in. And I also believe in, like, and don't laugh, I don't want to talk about another drama channel when I say this. I believed in it long before he ever said anything about it. But I believe in clean water for all of us. And you know what? This is, okay, so it's weird how it came about for me. I had seen the movie Waterworld with Kevin Costner years ago. And then, like, a few years after that, Bono came out from YouTube, came out with that whole like campaign towards clean water for everybody. And I was like, it was at that time that I was drinking, like, I had switched over from drinking, like, I don't mind drinking tap water. I'll drink tap water all day long. But I had switched over from drinking tap water to pretty much drinking mostly bottled water. And I was like, what a luxury that I can go into any gas station, and for 69 to 99 cents, I can get the cheapest bottle of water, or I can pay up to $4 or $5 and get an expensive bottle of water. But I'm guaranteed clean water anywhere. And that is just not the reality for a lot of people in the world, And this isn't a moment of where I'm like, oh, like, I'm up here and they're down there. It is a reality for a lot of people in the world that they do not have clean water. And, with dirty water goes disease, and it goes, not only any physical problems, but association. I can't even imagine. These luxuries that I don't even take for granted as luxuries, because, how often do you drink a glass of water and you go, I feel really grateful that I drink? You would have to I would have to work, I don't want to put that on you guys, towards really thinking about the consciousness of the fact of how blessed I am to have clean water. So like I always like find one, like, and I do my research on charities too. Like, I don't just blindly like go and just donate to charities. I usually like research them to see that they're like, you know, on the up and up and stuff like that. So one of the things I also always look at charities with is if you purchase something from them, what percentage goes to the charity? Does that make sense? So like, I like the idea of like one bag of trash for every $20. I think that seems pretty reasonable. Or the other ones that I love when people, this is one that can get me every time, is when they plant a tree for like buying a t-shirt. Like, I always do that because I'll buy a t-shirt anyway, and then a tree being planted for that. What I don't like is when it's like a bag for like $48 and 1% of their annual proceeds go to like a charity, like some charity, and it's like, okay, so like that is really not a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be for real. And so basically what you are is a front for a charity. I mean, 1%, like that's not why you're doing it. And the guy that did Tom's Shoes, he wrote a book years ago, and it's so fantastic, and it's called like Starting a Business with Purpose or something. I read it and I loved it. But anyway, so while I was sitting there and I was like looking up this, I had seen that I had screenshotted this thing that my friend Matt had put on his Instagram about how he was supporting this for ocean.com or whatever. I like went to it, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my cousin Caroline one of these for these bracelets for Christmas, because she and I always try to like buy each other like really cool and different stuff, and she really is into like the environment and charities and stuff like that, dog rescues, on and on and on. And so I was like, I wonder if I could buy everybody something this year that like gave back to the world. And so I Googled, I'm sure, I could not believe how many websites had listings of this, but I Googled like gifts that give back in 2017, and literally, you guys, hundreds of things came up. I found these water bottles. They're called like Droobs or something. They're different than Swell, because I like Swell, but they don't give like their percentage is not high to charity. And so these give like, it was ridiculous. It was like 30% they give back to like clean water and sanitation systems. I found this coffee called Fire Department Coffee, and it's made like, they give a certain amount of it to fire and police departments. Like, they give a certain amount of it back. I loved that, because that's a charity you don't often hear about, you know. And I think we don't do a good enough job in our world of thanking our police, our firemen, firewomen, our policemen, our policewomen, and our, you know, people in armed services. And I think especially at the holiday time, my friend Tanya, you know, I don't talk about this on here very often, but her son was in the Marines. Thought it was about gonna kill her. That she couldn't see her kid, you know. And sometimes she would call me and be like, can you pick me up for a fountain coke? And we drive around, and she'd say, she'd cry, and she'd say, I just need to touch him. I just need to see him in person to know that he's okay. I can hear him on the phone, but I just need to see him in person, and, you know, not on Skype call. I want to see my kid. And this really horrible tragedy happened. So I don't know what you call it, battalion or company or whatever. I apologize for my ignorance, you guys. Or troop or whatever. It's not a troop. I don't know, what would it be? But where he was stationed, one of like the other people in his group, whatever that is, committed suicide. And so this guy was like from close to where like we all live, and it was Thanksgiving week. And so like, I think it was like 10 of them that came back here, and they had nowhere to stay. And it was literally like they were coming back on like the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and they were staying until like Sunday, I think, and flying out Sunday night or Monday. Now imagine, okay, trying to find a hotel room, because all these people's families wanted to come into town and see them. And like only half of the kids, you know, had, you know, family that came to visit. And these were young kids. These were like, at the time Nick was like 20, they were young, and they were like, all of them like under the age of like 23. You know, coming home at Thanksgiving time, but not really coming home, except for him, because they were from all over the country, you know? And some of their parents were gonna fly in, and some of their parents weren't. Some of their, a couple people had, you know, partners, and I'm trying to kind of edit this down a little bit. But Tanya, literally the week before, like, or 2 days before, they had found out that this kid had done this, and she just was like, the stress, you know, on people that are in the armed services. People have no idea how stressful it is. And, you know, if you possibly have mental health issues on top of that go unrecognized, you know, on and on and on. And she's like, I just feel so bad, and I hope he's okay. I hope Nick is safe. She's like, I'm very, very worried about him. I'm very worried about his friends, and this is just such a tragedy, right? So he was coming home, and he was bringing with him like 10 people, and Tanya opened her house to like all of these Marines, and she hosted a ginormous Thanksgiving for all of their parents. Some of their parents slept on the floor with them because they couldn't get hotel rooms, because every hotel room in the area was booked. Some of them did get hotel rooms. Tanya hosted these kids at her house every day. I went over there, I'll never forget, I went over there that Tuesday night, and it was like, some were in the hot tub, some were playing ping pong, you know, they're drinking, you know, partying, the music's loud, some are watching TV and watching movies. It was the neatest thing I had ever fucking seen. And Tanya was in seventh heaven. I mean, she just was like, this is what it's all about. You know, this is what the holidays are about. And to see these young men and women talk about their friend that had taken their life the way that they did, and with just such respect and admiration, you know? And then to see them get ready in their blues to go to this funeral, and no questions asked of what was expected of them. And I think most of us, unless we're directly affected by it, like have friends or family, don't think about the people that are gone during, you know, this time of year or any time of year. And I've had several of my friends that have had kids that have gone to, you know, the Marines or the Army or whatever. And I get so many messages, honest to God, from women that are like, my husband was just, you know, sent off to so-and-so, or I don't know where he's gonna be, or, you know, he was deployed and right before Christmas, or my husband's been deployed, he doesn't come home until, you know, next summer, and this is my second Christmas without him, and I miss him, and, you know, I have my baby girl, but I don't have any other family, and your videos make me so happy, and thank you. So for all of you out there with family in the armed services, and all of you women out there that, you know, or men that are holding the home front down, thank you. I got a really cool message from this guy last year, and he was like, and he was out and open to his like whole, like, you know, troop of whatever they were, and they were stationed like, I think in Afghanistan, and he was like, I watch all of your videos, and he was like, every night we all like get together and sit down like before we go to bed, and we like all watch like your video that you posted. And this was like right around December, January, so I had been doing the drama videos for a couple months, you know, and just to know that, like, I don't know, like, I sometimes don't really even think about it on that level, you know, and that was like one of the coolest things. Like, that was like, hands down, that was one of the coolest messages I ever got, you know. And I really want to get out of myself this season, and then I want it to inspire me for 2018 to live a better life, be a better person, to live with intention and give back. and really think about everything that I'm doing, from the books that I'm writing to the videos that I'm making. And I was really pissed today. I'm gonna be real honest about this, and I don't talk about my other channel on here a lot, but I'm gonna tell you, I was real pissed today. You know, I made a video, and I basically said some things about some other drama channels on there, and I'm gonna tell you, one of them I can't stand. And I can't stand because I feel like their message is negative. I feel like it's said negatively, and if I wanted to get up on video in a very classy way and really truly say from my heart of hearts what I think of this person's message, it would be shredded, okay? And I don't want to do that to somebody. Like, that's not my intention. So I flip fans and I joke and whatever. But I got all of these people that came to my video and said, "You're so mean, this was so dark, you're such a bully," and blah, 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 blah. And you know, I'm sorry, but like, I feel, what do you call the person that's calling out the bully on the playground? I mean, this person is like a huge bully. They just are a bully in everything they do. And I'm like sitting here and I'm reading these comments and I'm like, y'all expect me to be like this perfect human being sometimes. Like, I'm not, you know? And I'm sorry, but when I see bullshit, it's hard for me to contain myself sometimes and be the best human being possible. I would like to hold myself to those standards, but I'm sorry, when I see somebody being cruel, being obsessive, making 80 videos about somebody in a year, you know, being nasty, calling people names, enough is enough. And, you know, like, I said it in a very joking way, but tomorrow I'm going to address it in my main channel video, and I'm going to say, like, listen, y'all want me to come on here and say the real deal. You want me to tell the truth. You want me to spill some facts, but here's the deal, okay? You hoot and holler for the person calling out the bully on the playground. Okay, you don't turn around and then say that they're bullying somebody else. No, you're holding that person accountable for their behaviors and their actions. And if you seem to do it in a funny or ha-ha kind of way, it's because you don't want to be really that cruel. And that's like my intention on my videos. If I did every one of my videos on that channel as very, very serious, people wouldn't want to watch it anymore. They'd be like, this is too serious. You got 3 other channels for that serious bullshit, you know? But I have really thought about the intention of my channel and what I want to do with it and all that kind of stuff. And what I want to do with it, you know, I talked a lot about this on here yesterday. What I want to do with it in 2018, like, what direction do I want to go? And, I mean, I don't mean changing my channel. I'm not changing that drama channel up. I love doing it. But I love that I try to leave, you know, at the end of it with some suggestions based on screw-ups that I've made in my life. We've all screwed up in life. We all deserve second and ninth chances. We just do, you know? Life's too short to, I don't know. You know what? Like, I was thinking about this today. I was like, here I am trying to figure out what to, like, get people for Christmas, and I'm like adding up the numbers in my head of how much it's going to cost, and I thought, you know, there's a lot of things I could give that are absolutely free. I could forgive somebody, you know? What's a resentment or a grudge that I'm holding that I could just let go of this year? Is it really worth holding on to? It's doing me more damage than it is them, you know? What's something else I could do, you know? Alex and I's relationship, I was just talking to at the Christmas party tonight. First of all, this is what is so crazy. Alex and 2 other girls all started at the same time, and we're very, very good friends with their husbands. And all 3 of us have very, like, I would say strong marriages. And, the other 2 couples are rather religious, honestly, and, very involved in their churches. All 3 of us are in marriage counseling, and the other 2 couples have been in marriage counseling like 2 years before us. We were sitting there, I was talking to the one husband tonight that I'm really close with, and, well, I'm close with both of them, but I was talking to him tonight. Anyway, he and I were like swapping like marriage counseling stories, and he's like, oh my God, he was like, you know, what's so funny is this, and we were shocked, and I was like, you know, like, maybe I'll just sit down this year and like write a letter to Alex, like, he was watching every video from like the last 2 years tonight that he had in his phone, because I was telling him I was deleting pictures. So he was going back and like watching all these like videos that he and I had done together, and just stupid shit like with me and Litos, or him and, you know, his mom dancing or something. He was watching all these videos and he was like, we have a really good life. I don't know, maybe I'll just write Alex a letter, you know, letting him know like how much he really means to me. And maybe I'll do the same thing with Tanya. Like, I don't feel like Alex and I kiss each other a lot, and we're very affectionate with each other, and we say I love you about 1,000 times a day, but it's like, I don't know that I ever, other than in counseling or like randomly, like usually typically happens after counseling, say something really like meaningful to him. But very rarely do I look at him in his face and say, you know, like, you mean the world to me. Like, I really, really appreciate you being patient with me for this, or thank you so much to go out of your way and do this, or, you know, whatever. And, yeah. I think the one thing that's crazy about marriage counseling that I never expected was that I was already in love with my husband, but it made me fall in love with my husband 10 times more. You know, it made me really appreciate, maybe it's just our counselor, I don't know, but like, it made me really appreciate those small, like, details that, like, I sometimes, like, take for granted with Alex. Like, it made me really, really appreciate, like, now when I see him really working hard on... Okay, so today, like, here's an example. I got really pissed, actually. Somebody sent me this screenshot. I don't want to read anything on Guru Gossip, okay? I don't want to give those girls any attention. Hey, they all watch... They know everything that happens in every video that I do, so I know they're watching it right now. So let me tell you my 2 cents about Guru Gossip, okay? You ladies have every right, because I don't believe it's men over there, I just don't. And if maybe it is, I don't know, but you ladies have every right to post whatever you want to post over there and gossip about me and gossip about the entire rest of the world and say everything that you have to say. 90% of what you're saying about me is wrong. I'm just going to put that out there. And it's Guru Gossip, I get that, so it's gossip. But I'm pretty much an open book, so if there's something that you want to know, just ask it and I'll address it. Or, you know, come up with a fake email or come up with a fake Twitter if you want to really know the answer. And I mean, people message me and stuff and ask me personal stuff all the time. Like, I have no problem answering it. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. And one of the things that they said in there that really, really bothered me, first of all, it was this very, very long message. And the person basically said that I am a really sad and sick individual, and that is why I have 4 channels, because I need the attention from other people. And maybe I do need the attention from other people. I have no problem owning the fact that I need validation and acceptance, okay? But when you go further, and they said something to me about the fact that, or they had said something about the fact that my mother had died and I still hadn't gotten over it, okay? And then they went in there and said he's a recovering alcoholic and addict, which I see as a strength, not as a weakness. You sick motherfucker who wrote that, who is dogging people that are in recovery, you know? And when you write the response back tomorrow and you say, oh, we got another shout out on there, I hope you own the fact that you were the one that shamed somebody, okay, for not being over their mother's death, for being an alcoholic and an addict, and then you went in there and said that 7 months ago I said in a vlog that my husband was going to divorce me. I never said that in a vlog. There was one night that Alex and I got in a horrible fight, and I got on video, and I will never forget it, and I thought I shouldn't post that, and I thought, fuck that, no. I said I was going to show the real deal on my channel. I never said that Alex was going to divorce me. I never said anything about that. I may have said Alex was thinking about leaving for a night, but I never said anything about my husband divorcing me. So I don't know where you came up with that absolute lie. And then there were just, you know, listen, okay? I am sorry that your life is so sad and pathetic that you need to go over there and put somebody down for real life issues have at it. I don't read y'all anymore anyway. And this person that sent it to me, I said, please don't send me anymore. I don't want to know what they have to say over there. They have every right to gossip about me. They have every right to say what they want to say about me. It's very flattering that they're that concerned with my life that they feel a need to keep a thread up. I'm a rather boring person. It's not like I have any real excitement or drama. I mean, it cracks me up, quite frankly. I mean, out of all the YouTubers that people could talk about, like, I'm pretty much an open book, and I'm fucking boring. So it kind of cracks my shit up. And really all it is ever when I've looked before is very lame. It's like his voice is annoying. He's so annoying. He's an egomaniac. You know, on and on and on. Psh, okay. I mean, there's worse things people could say about me. I don't mind that. And quite frankly, you know, let me just own my truth for a second. I can totally understand how people could see that. You know, if I really did somebody wrong, or if I pissed somebody off in a video that they had some kind of vendetta, so they were looking for something about me that they didn't like, I can understand how it might appear to somebody that I have 4 channels, so I have this great need for validation and acceptance. You know, I can understand that, you know, people might say to me all this kind of stuff. But when you start coming for somebody whose mother is dead, you start coming for somebody's sobriety, and you start coming for somebody's marriage, you need to take a look in the mirror at your own pathetic, sick life. Seriously? Because I'm concerned about you at that point, okay? Say what you need to say. I don't care. You can go on there and drag my sobriety, drag my mother, drag my marriage. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't really care. I won't be reading it anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. And they always put on there, oh, he's reading it again. Well, I stopped that about 2 months ago, so I don't do that anymore. But I just wanted to put that out there. We have not come close to getting divorced in quite some time. We take our marriage very, very seriously because we fought for it. We fought for our marriage rights very seriously, which is why I try to show on my channel what our marriage is really all about, you know? Like, I want people to see the good, the bad, the ugly, the, you know, the eye rolls from Alex, the eye rolls from me, you know, I want people to, that's a real marriage. I don't know what people think a real marriage is, but that's a real marriage, you know? I would love to show you the tender moments of us laying in bed talking, but, okay, this is gonna shut off, so I gotta stop it for a second. I'll be right back. I would love to show you guys the tender moments of us laying in bed, you know, and my husband crying at my aunt's wedding, or my aunt's funeral, I mean, and, I would love to show you the moments of, you know, Alex taking my hand in the car and, you know, saying to me, babe, we'll get through this. This will be okay when, you know, something horrible happens to us. Or, you know, I'd like to show you the moments where Alex is standing in the kitchen, you know, crying with his mom because he doesn't want her to move, you know, because she's going to go do this mission trip for years. My husband doesn't want that private side of his life shown on video. He has no problem with it showing his eyes being rolled or him looking like he can't be bothered with me, and I'm completely confident and secure with that, you know? And I kind of vowed a couple months ago that I was never going to talk about this on video. I thought, don't give him the power. And then, you know what I think anymore is give him the power. If you guys want the power, you want the attention, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Like, there's so many YouTubers that are like, I mean, I've had conversations with YouTubers that are like, do not address guru gossip. Don't talk. I'm not afraid of guru gossip, okay? First of all, it's gossip. It's bullshit. 90% of it is not even true. Any rumor out there that you want to ask about me, ask me. I will address it. And more than likely, probably in a video. Just like the girl the other day that sent me all these screenshots and receipts, and the poor thing was like, I did a review of Cookie and Cosmetics, and you said that, or somebody said, she sent me all of these screenshots of this conversation she had, and this girl was like, he's going to expose you, and he's going to debunk. I was like, no. I was like, I don't even plan my videos till the morning I get up. I don't know what this person is talking to you about, right? So, and I said, use, and feel free to use what I just said to you, you know? What I don't understand is this. I'm not going to say I don't ever watch other channels that I don't like to get information to use in a video, because I would be a liar if I said that. I do. I watch some videos from people that I do not enjoy only for only to gain information to make other videos, right? But what was interesting to me about reading these threads back in the day is that these were people that were so consumed with my life that they literally watched all 50 minutes, not 15, 50 minutes of every vlog that I posted on a daily basis, to the point where they knew if I had ever said anything this way or that way about my mortgage payment, about this, about that, about my, you know, on and on and on. I mean, they knew minute details that you would literally have to be really watching for in my vlogs, in my live streams, of which they were in all of them. They're still, I'm sure, in my live streams, in my main videos, and in my booktube channels. And I'm like, okay, this is very concerning to me that you are investing this much time watching somebody that you do not like. I relieve you of the duty of having to hold me accountable, okay? I'm not that big of a phony. I'm not that big of a liar. It cracks my shit up, quite frankly. And I really, like, here's the thing. People are like, does it upset you? It doesn't upset me. Did it upset me at first? Yes. It's hard to read those things about yourself, okay? For those of you out there that write those things or leave mean comments, imagine what it would be like to read those things about yourself. It's hard, especially when it's not true. And sometimes it's hard because it is true, you know? Sometimes when it's something like, you know, like, oh, this, like, you know, like, Peter seemed really upset, and you think back on that and you go, well, I was really upset that day. Oh, you know, like, you know what I mean? So, like, not all of what's on there is completely incorrect. A lot of it is correct, you know? And so, like, when they do notice something, then you're like, fuck, you know? I give it to you, girls. There you go. You were gossip girls. I give it to you. But, you know, the thing is it's like, honest to God, I don't know how old the people are that write on those things. They don't put their pictures. They don't put their names. I think it's real easy to write anything you want to write when you won't put that up there. But, you know, behind it all, it's like, I'm not at a point in my life anymore where I invest a whole lot of time and energy on things that I don't like. And not just on YouTube, but in life, you know? I don't eat foods that I don't like. I don't go to parties that I don't want to be at. I don't go see movies that I don't want to watch. I don't read books that I don't want to read. You know, I don't spend my time with negative-ass people that are just going to bring me down. Why? Seriously, why? Okay? Would you watch me if I don't do anything but bring you misery and you think I'm a phony that's annoying? And maybe I am, okay? Maybe the truth is that I am everything that those people say that I am. And if you want to keep on watching and you want to keep on leaving the streams, that's fine. You know, you have a right to that. You do. And I'm not going to say that you don't. But I would really just like you, if you watch that much of me, there must be something about me that you find a little bit desirable, or something about me that is like, hey, we used to like you, we don't anymore. So really hear me when I say this, okay? And my video is like hot, so it's gonna turn off probably on its own, but if you don't like me, then don't watch me. And if you do like me, or you did like me, and there's something that you feel like I've changed, or that I've done differently, or I'm not the person that I used to be that you used to like, reach out and tell me. I'm real open to that, okay? And if you need to watch me, I mean, my friend Katie, Miss Fucking Wonderful, she'll tell you all day long, she lives for the drama, okay? And I'll be like, girl, why do you get yourself involved in all that kind of stuff? And she's like, oh my God, it's so much fun. So if you like to watch my videos, and then you like to, okay, it keeps on doing that because the heater is right here. So listen, so I totally understand people that we all like to gossip, okay? We all like to gossip. We all like to talk about drama. I get it. So if you like to watch my videos and then you like to gossip, hey, I totally respect that, okay? I'm not going to tell you not to do it, like I said. So, you know, but just think about why you're doing it, you know? Think of, am I doing it because I really like to gossip? Am I doing it because I really don't like Peter? Because if you don't like me, then just don't watch me. Go spend your time, I mean, seriously, not because it hurts me, but because I feel like you could be spending your time doing something that you really enjoy. And so if you really do like watching me because you hate watching me and you like to gossip about me, then you are spending your time constructively because that's something fun for you. But if I let you down along the way, come contact me and say, if you have ever reached out to me and said, something like, you used to do this, but now you do this, I'm really, really open to that, you guys. Like, anybody that has ever reached out to me, I'm like, thank you so much. I will seriously consider what you just said. Because, like I say, I like to remain teachable in life, on YouTube, off YouTube, all of it. And the fourth point is, for all you, this is specifically out there for all of you guru gossipers out there. If you have some really good drama that you think I should make a video about, please send it my way. So yeah. I would never, the comment, it's so interesting because the comment that bothers me the most on there, and I'm not going to say I haven't gotten heated in the past. I've gotten heated about it in the past, like in live streams and stuff. I have. But, it's a learning experience. I'm not who I was a year ago. A year ago, shit like that, I could get one. I remember when I was on BookTube, and I would get 2 dislikes, and I'd be like, who's disliking my... I'm like, now I get hundreds of dislikes, and I'm just like, okay, it is part of the game, So I've learned a lot, and I've learned that people are going to talk about you, and excuse me, that's okay. And that's okay. And everybody has a right to their opinion. The comment that used to bother me when I would read it would be, Peter can dish it out, but he can't take it. Peter can talk about other people, but he doesn't like it when we're talking about him. And, maybe it bothered me at the time because there was some truth to that statement. I think that those things that are the closest to the truth are the ones that hurt the most. But that's not how I feel today. And I want anybody to know out there that you have every right to have any opinion about me whatsoever. I by no means do I think I'm perfect. I don't have a lot, going sometimes for me. But one thing I do have is that I have the ability to remain teachable, and that when people bring things to me, to look at it and go, is there truth in this statement? Can I change for the better? And I really want to be the best version of myself, So I would love nothing more than for somebody to send me a message, and it'd be like a screenshot of Guru Gossip, and it'd be like a thread where they're like, yeah, we all went to Peter and told him what our issues were with her and with him, and he took it into consideration and he changed it. You know what I mean? I'm totally open to that, why wouldn't I want to improve as a human being? Why wouldn't any of us, I don't want to come across as a arrogant, egotistic asshole whose husband can't stand him and he just flaunts that all over YouTube. Why would I want to show that? That's not what I'm trying to show. I'm trying to show my real self of who I am. So, I don't know. And I don't think my husband wants to leave me. I think, tonight we were pretty excited about going to his Christmas party. It was our 10th year going together, that's kind of a magical thing. I got to watch my husband get his, 10-year watch, and that's a cool moment to be there, for those. I never thought when I came out, I really didn't, that I would ever have a moment of being with any man long enough where we would be taken seriously at any kind of work party, where they're just excited for me to be there as his husband, as he is, to get this award, and it's a really cool moment to be a husband and sit there and have the spotlight be off me and have it be on him, because he is such a fucking hard worker, and I am so proud of my husband. And it's a cool moment. So, but marriage is work, and anybody that's in it knows that, Man, I have gone in 100 different directions tonight. 1,000 different directions. It's crazy. So anyway, do we all understand each other now? Y'all can say whatever you want to say. It's cool. It's cool. Like in Wonder, in that book I just finished, he's always like, cool beans. But like I said, I want anybody to feel like they can reach out to me and say whatever they need to say. I'm probably more apt to hear it how you say it. So if you come to me and you go, listen, you crazy blah, 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 I'm not probably going to hear it. But if you come to me and say, you know what, Peter, I used to really like you, but you hurt me because of this, or you said this one thing that let me down, or, you know, I think you're fake because of this, I'm probably pretty willing to be open to that, you know? Like, I think, and I would hope that that's the message that I would send to anybody that watches my videos, is be open when somebody brings something to you. And if your supervisor says something to you about being concerned about you, look at it and say, is there truth in that? Go ask your closest friend, you know? Whenever I want to know, like, something that somebody brings to me about myself, I always take it to Tanya and I say, do you think this is true about me? Because Tanya is somebody that will look at me in the face whether I want to hear it or not, and she'll tell me she'll tell me if it's true or not. And that's the sign of a really good friend, that will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, you know? And, so yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to get off here and listen to my audiobook. I'm listening to The Christmas Blizzard by Garrison Keillor. So, I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I'm already thinking about brunch tomorrow. My wonderful diet that I've completely failed at. Oh well, there's always tomorrow. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.